Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 19, Text 9, by Sundar Gopāl Prabhu. Bharatepi varshe Bhagavan Nara-Nārāyaṇakhya Bhagavan Nara-Nārāyaṇakhya Akalpantam upachita dharma Jnana Vairagya Aishwaryopas Wait. Dharma Jnana Vairagya Aishwaryopashamo Paramatmopalambhanam Anugrahayatmavatam Anukampaya tapovyakta gatischarati Bharate, in Bharata, Api, also, Varshe, the tract of land, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Nara-Nārāyaṇa Akhyaha, known as Nara-Nārāyaṇa, Akalpa Antam, up to the end of the millennium, Upachita, increasing, Dharma, religion, Jnana, knowledge, Vairagya, renunciation or non-attachment, Aishwarya, mystic opulences, Upashama, control of the senses, Uparama, freedom from false ego, Atma Upalambhanam, self-realization, Anugrahaya, to show favor, Atmavatam, on persons interested in self-realization, Anukampaya, by causeless mercy, Tapaha, austerities, Avyakta Gati, whose glories are inconceivable, Charati, executes. Can you check the audio is all right on the online? Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shukadeva Goswami continued, the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are inconceivable. He has appeared in the form of Nara-Nārāyaṇa in the land of Bharatavarsha at the place known as Badrikashrama to favor his devotees by teaching them religion, knowledge, renunciation, spiritual power, sense control, and freedom from false ego. He is advanced in the opulence of spiritual assets and he engages in executing austerity until the end of this millennium. This is the process of self-realization. Please repeat. Shukadeva Goswami continued, the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are inconceivable. He has appeared in the form of Nara-Nārāyaṇa in the land of Bharatavarsha at the place known as Badrikashrama to favor his devotees by teaching them religion, knowledge, renunciation, spiritual power, sense control, and freedom from false ego. He is advanced in the opulence of spiritual assets and he engages in executing austerity until the end of this millennium. This is the process of self-realization. Purport. People in India may visit the temple of Nara-Nārāyaṇa at Badrikashram just to learn how the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his incarnation as Nara-Nārāyaṇa engages in austerities to teach the people of the world how to achieve self-realization. It is impossible to realize oneself simply by absorbing oneself in speculation and material activities. One must be very serious about self-realization and the practice of austerity. Unfortunately, the people of this age of Kali do not even know the meaning of austerity. Under these circumstances, the Lord has appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to bestow upon the fallen souls the easiest method of self-realization, technically called Cheto Darpana Marjanam, CC Anthya 20.12, cleansing of the dirt from the core of one's heart. This method is extremely simple. Anyone can chant the glorious Krishna Sankirtana, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In this age, there are different forms of so-called advanced scientific knowledge, such as anthropology, Marxism, Freudianism, nationalism, and industrialism. But if we work very hard under their guidance, instead of adopting the process practiced by Nara-Nārāyaṇa, we shall waste our valuable human form of life. Thus, we shall certainly be cheated and misled. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanachalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha nama om vishnupadaya krishna presthaya bhutale srimate bhakti vedanta swamin niti namine namaste saraswate deve gauravani pracharine nirvishesha sunyavadi paschatya deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Already 9 o'clock. So today, thank you very much for joining in our Srimad Bhagavatam. 5:19:9. So you see how the Lord has appeared. I think we covered Ravana, right?
Ravana?
The last few verses about Ram. Not Ram. Is that?
Yeah.
And today we are hearing about Nara-Nārāyaṇa. Of course, he is not a very popularly known avatar. I think most of you don't know much about him, right? Do you know? Oh, you know. You also don't know. Most of you don't know. Hare Krishna.
Offering our obeisances Nara-Nārāyaṇa every Bhagavatam class.
You are offering obeisances every day? Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi. Right? So go to the verse. Let's hear about him. 11:4. I think 11:4:6.
Why is addressed as singular when he's actually two? When he's two people, why he is addressed as singular? Why is
because he's two into one, you know. He's just one person, but he's incarnation or two.
Like Nara and Narayana,
Yeah.
Arjuna and Krishna.
Both Arjuna and Krishna sometimes they say, but actually you can see he's here in this incarnation
1146.
1146, yeah.
धर्मस्य दक्षदुहितर्याजिनष्टमूर्त्यां नारायणो नरऋषि प्रवरः प्रशान्तः नैष्कर्म्यलक्षणमुवाच चचार कर्म योऽद्यापि चास्तऋषिवर्यनिषेविताङ्घ्रिः. Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi, who is perfectly peaceful and is the best of sages, was born as the son of Dharma and his wife Murti, the daughter of Daksha. Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi taught the devotional service of the Lord, by which material work ceases, and he himself perfectly practiced this knowledge. He is living even today, his lotus feet served by the greatest of saintly persons.
So see, he is taking birth as the son of Dharma and mother is Murti, daughter of Daksha Prajapati, one of the daughters. Daksha Prajapati had many daughters. I think how much?
100.
100 daughters. So he's one of the daughters. And you can see here, next verse.
Eleven four seven. King Indra became fearful, thinking that Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi would become very powerful by his severe penances and seize Indra's heavenly kingdom. Thus, Indra, not knowing the transcendental glories of the incarnation of the Lord, sent Cupid and his associates to the Lord's residence in Badrikashram. As the charming breezes of spring created a most sensuous atmosphere, Cupid himself attacked the Lord with arrows in the form of the irresistible glances of beautiful women.
So Indra became just like he also did the same thing to any sages, who do austerity. He will send the demigods, I mean, beautiful women to go and distract the sages. I think there's another verse on this also. It is in 11:28. 11:28. You can see the picture of them there. Nara-Nārāyaṇa. So this is usually the demigod. They're not very happy when someone does very big austerity. Hmm? I'll show you another verse. Can you go to 11:28-29?
कुयोगिनो ये विहितान्तरायैर् मनुष्यभूतैस्त्रिदशोपसृष्टैः ते प्राक्तनाभ्यासबलेन भूयो युञ्जन्ति योगं न तु कर्मतन्त्रम्. Sometimes the progress of imperfect transcendentalists is checked by attachment to family members, disciples, or others who are sent by envious demigods for that purpose. But on the strength of their accumulated advancement, such imperfect transcendentalists will resume their practice of yoga in the next life. They will never again be trapped in the network of fruitive work.
So you see, this happens. Demigods, they're very frightened of someone doing severe austerities. Because if the person does severe austerities, then he will take over the demigod's position. You follow this point? So therefore, it says in this verse that how the demigods are sending, sometimes it's family members, sometimes disciples or others. Others may be also like in this case, women, they were sent to seduce. Even Haridas Thakur also, in fact, he was personally tested, but yes, working this stuff. Why don't you take this on this side, put this one on this side.
Wait, Prabhu.
A classic example of this is Vishwamitra, Was it Vishwamitra? What's his name? Valmiki. Vishwamitra, huh? It was first sent by who? Menaka, was it? And then he succeeded, he fell with Menaka and Sakuntala was born. And then the second time again he was doing austerity. This time again he sent another person. And of course, Vishwamitra knew this and he was very angry. First he fell for last, second time he fell down with anger. And he burned her, So you see, this is how the demigods, they do these things to check. And also, as I was saying, Haridas Thakur was personally checked by Maya herself, She came to test him. Okay? So, of course, if you fall down, don't blame this Prabhu. I fell down because Indra was not happy with me. These are done for great, transcendentalists who are very, So therefore, we have to be very strong in our spiritual practice. So you see how Haridas Thakur, because he took shelter of the holy name, he did not fall down. Right? Whereas Vishwamitra and all that, they did it with their own yogic strength. So there's two different parallels. So you see, this is the result. So when they were sent to attract Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi, Indra, he sent, see what happened. 8.
The primeval Lord, understanding the offense committed by Indra, did not become proud. Instead, he spoke laughingly as follows to Cupid and his followers, who were trembling before him. Do not fear, O mighty Madana, O wind god and wives of the demigods. Rather, please accept these gifts I am offering you and kindly sanctify my ashram by your presence.
See, he was not attracted to them. Of course, he's God. How you can try to, Maya doesn't work for him, actually. He's beyond Maya. Is that, where in the verse it says that he's beyond Maya? Hello? Hello? Which is the verse in the Gita that it says is beyond Maya? Hello?
Gita.
Hello? Don't know. Huh? Don't know. Which it says that is beyond Maya.
7.
Come on. Which is the verse? There's no such verse. Huh? Everybody look blank. There's so many verses I can look. Give me one that he is what? Controller of Maya. Huh? What? Mama Maya Turatyaya. His Maya is, but where he says he controls Maya. Hello, come on. You don't know what you're doing. You don't even read the books or what? Hello. Come on. Huh? Take out 9, 10. Don't even, I don't know what you're doing. You're reading the books or not. Very discouraging as an ISKM member. Chant, hello, chant this. Remember, by chanting you will keep in your heart. Chant.
Mayadhyakshena prakriti.
Mayadhyakshena prakriti.
Suyate sacharacharam.
Suyate sacharacharam.
Hetunanena kaunteya.
Hetunanena kaunteya.
Jagad viparivartate.
Jagad viparivartate. Try to remember this now, please. Next.
This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction.
See
O
that?
son of Kunti.
It's working under whose direction? Huh? Understand this? Read on.
So working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again.
You see this? Understand? Huh? Hello? Huh? You remember? And also in 9-7, I think 7:13, I think.
Bhagavad Gita 7:13. Tribhir gunamayair bhavair. Ebhih sarvamidam jagat. Mohitam nabhijanati. Mamebhyah paramavyayam. Deluded by the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, the whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible.
See, he is beyond the modes of. And then he also says, if you come under my, what? You can overcome this Maya also. Correct? You take shelter of me, you can overcome my. As just now she quoted 7:14. Next verse. This is just next verse.
Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it.
So those who have surrendered can cross over my mind. Understand this? So we go back again to that.
My dear King Nimi, when Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi thus spoke, eradicating the fear of the demigods, they bowed their heads with shame and addressed the Lord as follows to invoke his compassion. Our dear Lord, you are always transcendental, beyond the reach of illusion, and therefore you are forever changeless. Your causeless compassion toward us, despite our great offense, is not at all unusual in you, since innumerable great sages who are self-satisfied and free from anger and false pride bow down humbly at your lotus feet.
So that is the compassion of the Lord. Someone offend him, he does not take it very seriously. But that does not mean you can go on offending him. That's why we also chant the prayers whenever we do puja, we do anything. What we say? Aparada sahasrani
Kriyante harnisham maya dasoham matimam matva
Kemasa Madhusudana. Right? So we chant prayers to ask for forgiveness. It's not that the Lord will be forgiving, but we should not commit offenses at his lotus feet. So here the demigods, they realize, not the demigod, I think the servants of the demigod, they realize their big mistake. So they see, just like, what is his name? Vishwamitra, he cursed the, what was the second Apsara who went there? First one was Menaka. The second one was? Huh? What's the name?
Really? Urvashi died.
Oh? What's the name? Start with K, I know.
But Rambha is still alive, right?
Not Ramba. You start with a K, You have to do the research anyway. So anyway, he burned us. So they were quickly very frightened that this kind of, he may do some kind of cursing to them, you see. So they immediately submitted to the Lord. You please, do not take offense. So the Lord was also. Then you see what the Lord did.
Yeah, Ramba.
It was Ramba? Oh. I thought it was some cave, something.
Was turned into a rock for thousands of years.
Ramba was burned. She was burned.
Here it said turned into a rock for thousands of years.
She became what?
Rock.
A rock. Wow. So you see how the sages, they also, become very upset and they curse. So here they quickly wanted to not get into that. So they prayed at his lotus feet. But then you see what the Lord did. Next verse.
The demigods place many obstacles on the path of those who worship you to transcend the temporary abodes of the demigods and reach your supreme abode. Those who offer the demigods their assigned shares in sacrificial performances encounter no such obstacles. But because you are the direct protector of your devotee, he is able to step over the head of whatever obstacle the demigods place before him.
See this? If you try to go direct, then they place obstacles on you. But if you take their blessings and go, then they do not. You understand? So what we should do? We also should worship the demigod. Why not? You see here this verse. Counter no such obstacle. But because you are the direct protector of your devotee, is able to step over the head of whatever obstacle the demigod placed before him. You understand this point? So in other words, the demigods have got no In fact, there's a verse where Yamaraj says, don't go to the devotees of the Lord. Yes? 6:3:27.
ते देव सिद्ध परिगीत पवित्र गाथा ये साधवः समदृशो भगवत् प्रपन्नाः तान्नोपसीदत हरिर्गदयाभिगुप्तान् नैषां वयं न च वयः प्रभवाम दण्डे. My dear servants, please do not approach such devotees, for they have fully surrendered to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are equal to everyone, and their narrations are sung by the demigods and the inhabitants of Siddhaloka. Please do not even go near them. They are always protected by the club of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore Lord Brahma and I, and even the time factor, are not competent to chastise them.
There's another example of Ambrish Maharaj. Yes? What's his name? Durvasha Muni. He tried to harass him. And he was attacked by the Sudarshan Chakra. So you see, devotee position is very different. Although they are looking very helpless, but they are protected by the Lord. You understand this? So therefore, to go and offend a devotee is a very serious business. You should not try to harm a devotee at all. Next verse.
Some men practice severe penances to cross beyond our influence, which is like an immeasurable ocean with endless waves of hunger, thirst, heat, cold, and the other conditions brought about by the passing of time, such as the sensuous wind and the urges of the tongue and sex organs. Nevertheless, although crossing this ocean of sense gratification through severe penances, such persons foolishly drown in a cow's hoof print when conquered by useless anger. Thus they exhaust the benefit of their difficult austerities in vain.
So this is for those who are non-devotees. They do severe tapasya. Actually this severe tapasya makes them hard-hearted. Their heart is not, they become very hard-hearted. As you can see the example when Ramba went to see Vishwamitra, he was so angry, burned her, and he lost all his power of austerity was gone. You understand? You see, exhaust the benefit of difficult austerity. You understand? This is for the non-devotees. Just like Haridas Thakur, when he was approached by the, what's the name? Sent by Ramachandra Khan, is it? I don't know her name. You have a name? Her name is Laksha. She was chanting 1 lakh names. After he was, he preached to her and made her a devotee. Laksha Hira, something. What was her name? So she went to Haridas Thakur to make him fall down. But because of the compassion on her, as Haridas says, I knew this on the very first day, but because I want to help you, I stood back. You see the difference between the devotee and the big tapasyas. See? They do it out of their big bodily strength, the austerities, and they get a lot of mystic powers of this. But because they cannot control their anger, they lose all their tapasya. So the devotee is different. So there's two different, what we say, devotees and the so-called tapasvis. That's why Krishna also said in the Bhagavad Gita that a devotee is better than a a karmi, jnani, and even this tapasya, 646.
तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन. A yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empiricist, and greater than the fruitive worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi.
So here the yogi refers to a bhakti yogi. But here the yogi doesn't refer to a mystic yogi. Right?
Ascetic is the mystic yogi.
Yeah, because the word ascetic is there. So you see the position of a devotee. A devotee is what? To qualify a devotee, he has to be humble, no? Tanadapi. What? He has to be what? Lower than the straw, more tolerant than the offering all respect to others and not expecting anything. In such a state, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So this is the position of a devotee. Whereas a person who is not a devotee is a yogi, just like Durvasha Muni, for example. Right? He saw Ambarish Maharaj and he became very upset with his status, position. So he went there and he became angry at him and took out a hair from his head, made a big demon to attack him. See? What did Ambarish Maharaj did to him? Nothing. Yes. See how the yogi position and the person who's a devotee, two different. That's why I see in this verse. And then what happened after that? The Lord then, you see, he was not angry. He, look here, see what he did.
While the demigods were thus praising the Supreme Lord, the all-powerful Lord suddenly manifested before their eyes many women who were astonishingly gorgeous, decorated with fine clothes and ornaments, and all faithfully engaging in the Lord's service.
Next verse.
When the followers of the demigods gazed upon the fascinating mystic beauty of the women created by Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi and smelled the fragrance of their bodies, the minds of these followers became bewildered. Indeed, upon seeing the beauty and magnificence of such women, the representatives of the demigods were completely diminished in their own opulence.
So see, they went there to charm him, but he created women more beautiful than them. See how the Lord is more powerful, yes? Then what happened?
The Supreme Lord of Lords then smiled slightly and told the representatives of heaven, who were bowing down before him, "Please choose one of these women, whomever you find suitable for you. She will become the ornament of the heavenly planets."
They chose, what's the name? Urvasi. Urvasi is the top woman in heavenly planet. No? So they took her and they went back and then they reported the matter to Indra. Yeah, next verse.
Vibrating the sacred syllable Om, the servants of the demigod selected Urvashi, the best of the Apsaras. Placing her in front of them out of respect, they returned to the heavenly planets.
Next.
The servants of the demigods reached the assembly of Indra, and thus, while all the residents of the three heavens listened, they explained to Indra the supreme power of Narayana. When Indra heard of Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi and became aware of his offense, he was both frightened and astonished.
So see how he humbled Indra. Indra did the same thing to Krishna also, no? He sent the what? He sent 7 days. Rain. Samvartaka. Huh? And that humbled Indra. After that, he realized that, wow, the Lord lifted up that also with his little finger, not much effort. So you see how the Lord so powerful. Even Brahma also got bewildered. Huh? Brahma got bewildered. And Lord Shiva also got bewildered. Yes? Mohini, avatar, is he? So the Lord is not somebody you can walk over, He is extremely powerful. So that's the position of God, Krishna. I think next verse, no more, I think. This is the next verse. This is a different incarnation. So you can see how Nara-Nārāyaṇa is extremely powerful and is still there in Badrika Ashram. And why is nobody seeing him? If he's still there, why you cannot see him? Huh? Not qualified. Huh?
In the Madhvacharya's life, it is mentioned that in Badrikashram there are 5 Badris, and he's in the Uttara Badri, which is not accessible for humans.
This information is not the Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
So you say it loud so they all can hear.
So in the life of Madhvacharya, it is mentioned that Madhvacharya met Nara-Nārāyaṇa Vyasadeva. So he is in the Uttara Badri. In the Badrinath, what we see is the Badri. There are 5 Badris actually. Uttara Badri is where he is there, Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi, and that is not accessible to humans. It is in the subtle realm. Only elevated people can go there.
But even this Badri is also very cold,
Yeah.
Not. I was there in summer, it was freezing. In June, I went there in June, it was wow, super cold. And you have to go there because the place is very austerity, so much austerity, that the Lord Garuda, he could not stand to see the Lord doing this kind of austerity. So he has made a hot spring there, If you go to Badrika Ashram, you can take bath in the hot spring, the natural hot water. You can go there and take bath there. But, place is extremely cold. Cherry trees. Badri means cherry trees. So, no, it says end of the millennium. That means this Manu finish. Kalpa.
Which
the word used just now is kalpa.
Kalpa. But kalpa also sometimes means entire day, right?
Day of Brahma. That is Mahakalpa. There's different word for that. Kalpa, Mahakalpa. Kalpa is usually for day of Brahma. A day of Brahma is what? All the Manus. I think this is in the chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita text. Kalpa, Kalpanta is explained there in chapter 8. Bhagavad Gita 8, I think 20.
No, it's
17.
In the 2:10:46.
8:17,
2:10:46.
2:10:46. Take it out, we can see what is Kalpa, Mahakalpa. Is there in 8:17 the purport? Purport, right? Yeah, 8:17 purport.
Mahakalpa is there? Kalpa is the day of.
Yeah, you take out the purport. 8:17. So you can see here the definition of kalpa.
Sahasrayuga paryantam mahariyad brahmano viduh ratrim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vidojana.
This is the purport.
By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. The duration of the material universe is limited. It is manifested in cycles of kalpas. A kalpa is a day of Brahma, and one day of Brahma consists of 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas.
So a kalpa is the day of Brahma.
The Mahakalpa and everything is mentioned in the 10th.
Mahakalpa is mentioned where?
210.
210.
46.
But here Mahakalpa is not mentioned.
No. 210:46. Ayam tu brahmana kalpa savikalpa udahrtah vidhi sadharano yatra sargaha prakrita vaikritah. This process of creation and annihilation described in summary herein is the regulatory principle during the duration of Brahma's one day. It is also the regulatory principle in the creation of Mahat, in which the material nature is dispersed. There are three different types of creation called Mahakalpa, Vikalpa and Kalpa.
There are Mahakalpa, Vikalpa and Kalpa.
In the Mahakalpa, the Lord assumes the first Purusha incarnation as Karanodakshaya Vishnu, and with all the potencies of Mahatattva and the 16 principles of creative matter and instruments. The creative instruments are 11 and ingredients are 5, and all of them are products of Mahat, or the materialistic ego. These creations by the Lord in his feature of Karanodakshaya Vishnu are called Mahakalpas. The creation of Brahma and the dispersion of the material ingredients are called a Vikalpa, and the creation by Brahma in each day of his life is called a Kalpa. Therefore, each day of Brahma is called a Kalpa, and there are 30 Kalpas in each of Brahma's months.
So Vikalpa is Brahma's what? Whole day, whole life. And Mahakalpa is what? Mahavishnu. Creating that, universe.
Yeah. The Mahat. Yeah, the Sarga. The Visarga is in the Vikalpa, and the day of Brahma is Kalpa.
The day is Kalpa. So you see the breakdown. So Kalpanta means he is going to stay until the day of Brahma.
End of Brahma.
Until these 14 Manus are over. That's pretty long time. You understand this? Yeah? So that how he is going to be, now you have understood his incarnation, and his incarnation is severe austerity. But how are we going to benefit from this incarnation? Huh? How? What do you say? How? Huh? So therefore, in order to help us, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. And nobody can do this kind of austerities, it's not possible. Because of that verse, Manda Sumanda Matayo, Manda Bhagya Upadataha. Because we are in Kali Yuga now, and our whole life is like this. Priyana, say, Priyena Alpa Yusa Sabya. Almost all. Priyana means almost everybody. Kalau Asmin Yuge Jana. All those who have taken birth in Kali Yuga. What is that?
Manda Sumanda Matayo.
Chant this.
प्रायेणाल्पायुषः सभ्य कलावस्मिन् युगे जनाः मन्दाः सुमन्दमतयो मन्दभाग्याः ह्युपद्रुताः. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men almost always have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed.
Where are you going?
Book, pen, packing up and going.
Class time you must go bathroom. Huh? So you see, in those who are born in Kali Yuga, they are always what? Have but short lives. Huh? They have what? How much you are? What is your life? How much life you got? The maximum you can go is, and that also is Kali Yuga. It says that maximum they can do is about 50 years. Some say 30 years. Prabhupada say 30 years. Huh? How old are you now? 11. So you go how much more? You got 100 years. So anyway, you see how you're short-lived, and not only that you're short-lived, you have what? You're quarrelsome, huh? Lazy, misguided, and above all, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. So in this very misguided position, how you can practice this austerity of Nara-Nārāyaṇa? Possible? Huh? If you go to some place and meditate, you will probably fight with the other yogi. Yeah? So you see how the condition is very, very difficult. And therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give a very simple method. What is that method? I'm sure you know. Huh? What was? What is the method he has given? Huh?
He doesn't want to say.
Nobody is saying.
He doesn't want to say. Say. You know,
What is
you
the
are
word?
already saying. Come on.
What
Say.
is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What?
No. Say. You're not even
He
confident.
doesn't know. You don't know. He is.
Very good.
Hare Rama. Oh, Hare Nam. I think he didn't give that verse. He quoted that verse. Right? What is that verse he has given? Right? He has quoted this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. In order to support the Hare Krishna, he quoted this Hare Nam, what?
Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare
Hare Nama eva kevalam, kalau nasteva, gatena. Support this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. The chanting of the holy name of the Lord. That's why it says those people who are intelligent will worship him. You know, and he started, what is that? 11:5:32. Krishna Varnam. That Krishna Varnam is described as someone who is always chanting the name of Krishna. Krishna Varnayate. One who is chanting Krishna's name. There.
And also in the category of Krishna.
And also in the category of Krishna. Repeating the syllable Krishna. Is it that? So he is always chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. See? And you want to read this?
Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajnaihi Sankirtana Prayair Yajantihi Sumedhasaha. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions.
I think there's another verse also that in Kali Yuga, what is that?
5:36.
11:5:21, I think, is it?
Those
There's
are
two
all
verses
other...
there, you know. There's two verses about Kali Yuga. Huh?
36, right?
36. Yeah.
कलिं सभाजयन्त्यार्या गुणज्ञाः सारभागिनः यत्र संकीर्तनेनैव सर्वस्वार्थोऽभिलभ्यते. Those who are actually advanced in knowledge are able to appreciate the essential value of this age of Kali. Such enlightened persons worship Kali Yuga because in this fallen age, all perfection of life can easily be achieved by the performance of Sankirtan.
So that next verse, 37.
न ह्यतः परमो लाभो देहिनां भ्राम्यतामिह यतो विन्देत परमां शान्तिं नश्यति संसृतिः. Indeed, there is no higher possible gain for embodied souls forced to wander throughout the material world than the Supreme Lord's Sankirtan movement, by which one can attain the supreme peace and free oneself from the cycle of repeated birth and death.
So this austerity that he came to teach, it's very severe and very difficult to do also. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has introduced this chanting, which one can attain supreme peace and free oneself from the cycle of repeated birth and death. He always quoted this verse, Seto Darpana Marjanam, I think in the purport also it was quoted just now, Prabhupada quoted that. So by chanting Krishna's name, immediately you will become free of all this contamination. It starts with the word Seta. Seta means the mind, right? Seto, Darpa.
Darpana.
The mirror of the, Darpa means mirror. What is the translation you chant every day in the morning?
All glories to Sri Krishna.
All glories.
Which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and which extinguishes the fire of
mirror of the mind, is it? Yeah? See? So that chanting is so powerful and it's easy and it's joyfully performed. You don't have to do it. Of course, you have to do some austerity. What is that austerity you have to do? Going toilet.
Controlling the toilet.
What austerity you supposed to do? Eat coca noodle. Huh? What is the austerity? Huh? What? What is the austerity? Following the 4 regulative principles. What are they? What is the austerity? What is the 4 principles? You're mumbling. What did you say nicely? Okay, very good. So these are the 4 principles. If you follow this and chant 16 rounds a day, in fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made 64 rounds. And you see how merciful Prabhupada is. He has reduced it to 16. I don't know, another personality will come and say only 1 round. Who, you? So you see how it has been coming down. It's so easy to chant 16 rounds and follow the. So this has been introduced by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, I've already explained that point. That you can only go to Krishna by bhakti. Yes? Correct? And bhakti is performed by? By what? No, but it was
Which one?
6:3:22. Verse.
एतावनेव लोकेऽस्मिन् पुंसां धर्मः परः स्मृतः भक्तियोगो भगवति तन्नामग्रहणादिभिः.
See that word? Tanama Grana Adibir. Grahana Adibir. Beginning with the Tanama. Whose name? The Lord's name. The translation.
Devotional service, beginning with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, is the ultimate religious principle for the living entity in human society.
So this is bhakti. Devotional service means what? Chanting. Right? Among the 9 process of devotional service, one can easily accomplish all 9 by only one. What is that? By chanting. When you chant, very easily you can approach the Lord. Yes? That's why the Lord has made it very simple, just by chanting the holy name of the Lord. You cannot just chant like this. You must also chant the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then this chanting will become very easy. And by chanting, very quickly you will be able to capture the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay. So you see how powerful this program is. And anyone can take part. Whereas to do austerity, you need to be what? Only the man can do, right? Can the woman go to the cave? Possible? Not possible. That's why chanting is so easy. Man, woman, even animals also can. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu demonstrated the animals also chanting. So you see how this process is so easy to do. There's no hard and fast rule. That's why there's a Nama Chintamani. What is that verse? Next one. Nam Nam Akari. Bahuda. There's no hard and fast rules. Correct?
Niyamita smaranena kala.
Right? So you see how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he has come. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not come in every Kali Yuga. You know? Do you know that? Do you know? You don't know. He does not come in every Kali Yuga. Wherever Krishna comes, in that period he will come. And that is what? The 28th cycle of the Manu's life. You understand? And 28th cycle, I'm sorry,
No,
in the 7th Manu and the 28th cycle of that.
Every day of Brahma.
In the day of Brahma. So at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Krishna comes, Mahaprabhu also will come. That's why this Kali Yuga that we also have come, taken birth, is so auspicious because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came 500 years ago. You understand this? It's so. If you just take up his instruction, that's why he says that you what? Yare deka tareka Krishna Upadesh. If you do that, then you will never lose my company, he says. I'll always be with you. If you preach Krishna consciousness. And what is the best way of preaching? To teach people about chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama. Then your life becomes successful. Yes? Anybody can do. No barriers. I've been to almost all part of the world. Anyone can chant. And very quickly they make progress. So you see how simple it has made. You don't need to do all these big austerities, go and stay in the Himalayas, you know. They're not feasible. Right? I don't know you've been there, but it's very cold, you know. extremely full. So anyone has any questions up to now here? Yes?
Considered different from the normal life.
He went to Mahavan, right? And there he was told to chant Madhuvan. He was told to chant, what is that? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. And that mantra is in Satya Yuga.
Is it because he was instructed by Nara-Nārāyaṇa?
Yeah.
Because that's the one of our people.
He was given the mantra by Narada Muni at that time. Whereas now the mantra given to us is Hare Krishna. So you cannot just simply take a mantra you like, You have to be what? Given by? Prescribed. What is that word? Prescribed.
Even this yoga, they also chant.
Similar.
Depends what their guru gives them. Some of them will get different mantras from their guru. For example, those who practice Kundalini Yoga, so they get different mantras. Okay? Especially those who do that kind of a severe austerity. But for us, for general, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is given this very simple process. Chanting Krishna's name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Hare Ram. It's so powerful. If you chant, then you become purified. In fact, by chanting, your attachment to Krishna will increase. I was just studying this verse. Prabhupada also spoke this verse, in 646, 47. 647. Krishna says in this verse, what is the Sanskrit? Yes. Yogena mapi sarvesham mat tantarat siddhavan bhajante yomam same yukta tamo mata. That anyone who keeps Krishna in the heart, he is the topmost yogi. Right? Translation.
And of all yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion.
So you see, one who abides in me thinks of me within himself and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me and in yoga and is the highest of all. So the next verse, you see, this is the end of 6th chapter. The next verse, you see, in the 7th one, Krishna is saying how you can get that done. See, he didn't stop there at 6th chapter. He's talking to Arjuna. And you see, here is this.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Maya Saktamana Partha Yogam Yunjanmadashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yathagnyasya Sitachrunu.
That here you can achieve this position of thinking of the Lord constantly if you get attached to Him. See, up to 6th chapter, he did not he did not stress on the point that you surrender to me, think of me. But it starts on the 7th chapter, it goes directly. You see here? How you practicing yoga in full consciousness of me. In other words, mind attached to me. You can know me in full, free from doubt. You understand? So in order to capture Krishna in the heart, you have to think of Krishna. You understand this point? Hello? You understand? And then you see, it's not finished. You see how Krishna is speaking. He goes to the next verse. Then he says,
Jnanam Jnanam teham sa vijnanam idam vakshamya seshatah yajñātvā neha bhūyoņagyātavyam avashishyate. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know.
finish. If you know how to capture Krishna in your heart, that's the topmost. Nothing more to know. Nothing more to learn. You understand? Sometimes they think that, no, you keep Krishna is not complete. No, there's something else. There's no such thing. So you see how in Krishna, from 47, 7.1, 7.2, and he concludes that how you come to me, you think of me, worship me, get attached to me, and surely you will become successful. And that has been very easily, all these three things have been very easily taught to us by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whether you know all these principles or not, doesn't matter. You just chant, Hare, and very quickly you will be able to capture the Lord. I think it's 773, right? RD 773. See how the Lord summarized the whole thing. You understand? Here Krishna is speaking this way, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking this way. What is that? Chant?
Krishna mantra hoite hobe samsara mochan, Krishna nama hoite pave Krishna racharan. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can obtain freedom from material existence. Indeed, simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one will be able to see the lotus feet of the Lord.
See, it is the same thing, but in one line, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because why? When you chant, you are actually getting attached to Krishna. And when you get attached to Krishna and your faith resolves in Krishna only, then you capture Krishna in the heart. And this is topmost. No other thing need to know. Yes? Do you understand this point? Hello? Yes or no?
Yes.
Huh? So today he says, simply you take shelter of the holy name, then everything is okay. Huh? Yes? I think the next verse, 74.
Nama vinu kali kale nahi ar dharma, sarva mantra saranama e shastra marma. In this age of Kali, there is no religious principle other than the chanting of the holy name, which is the essence of all Vedic hymns. This is the purport of all scriptures.
This is 7.3. Sorry, 7.2. This is the topmost. Nothing more. Chanting. Because Krishna never said like that. But you can see how it all means. Yes? You understand? Do you understand? Understand this? All right, good. Any other questions? So, wake up and what? Chant. Until you, the last breath of yours, chant Krishna's name. Your life will become successful. This is the austerity. This austerity is to be able to chant Krishna's name to the last breaths. And your life is to go and do all these austerities and it's not possible. That's why it says Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam kalau nasteva, nasteva, nasteva. So this nasteva means you cannot do karma yoga, You cannot do
Jnana Yoga.
Jnana Yoga, and you cannot do this
Hatha Yoga.
mystic yoga. It is not possible. Only thing you can do is, that's why the word is Kevala. Kevala is used for only. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Do you understand this? Are you understanding this class? So Nara-Nārāyaṇa is very nice. You can go up there and take darshan of him. I don't know, you cannot see also the temple. Difficult. It's not possible to take darshan also. I remember it was tough. Very, very cold, tough to see inside. But I don't know, maybe now I haven't been many years. I don't know what the program now, but anyone went recently?
We call him as the Rishi, right? Sage. Nara-Nārāyaṇa is a sage. Or a god, how do you mean? Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi we call it.
Yeah.
So how he came in the 400 form? Why?
How he came 400 form, that's how he came. Just now we read, no? He's the son of Dharma and Murti. Correct? He appeared in that form. Actually, it's 400 form. He's got, just now the picture is drawn, you know.
Nara and Narayan.
He's got Nara and Narayan. Huh? Two-handed, you know. Two hands. Both got 4 hands. Can you take the picture again? Yes, 2 hands.
4.
Or got 4 hands. So your question is what? Why they got 4 hands?
We call him as the foremost human being.
Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi.
No, we call him the supermost human being, but human being, why he has 4?
Of course, you go back to the verse 11:4:1.
Actually, demigods are also human being. I mean, elevated. Because in the 8.4 million species, there's no demigod species, right?
No,
400,000 human species. Among them are the demigods.
No. 400,000 Prabhupada said. I think I sent that thing, you know.
No, what I'm saying is, among the 400 are the demigods also.
Yeah, inside
so
demigods.
have 4 hands.
Yeah.
And they have more hands also sometimes.
Sometimes demigods also got 4 hands, you know. So you can see in this verse, number 1, 11:4:1.
King Nimi said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead descends into the material world by his internal potency and according to his own desire. Therefore, please tell us about the various pastimes Lord Hari has performed in the past, is performing now, and will perform in this world in the future in his various incarnations.
So you see the beginning line of this verse, the translation. The Lord descends into the material by his internal potency and according to his own desire. So why he has 4 hands? Because of his. You understand? Huh? So the Lord chose to come like that. How you can, how to explain?
We can call it Supreme Lord instead of saying the supermost human being.
What is it?
We can say Supreme Lord, right? Instead of saying the supermost human being.
Of course, the Lord is the supermost human being. Can you go to 9:11 Bhagavad Gita? Can see?
But is he human being? He's not, right?
But he is not. He comes as a human being. Right? See?
Avajananti mamudha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajananto mama bhutamaheshwaram. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme Lord of all that be.
There's another verse also in 5:5. 5:19. Idam sariram mama dur Bhavyam. You see that?
Durvibhavyam.
You translation?
Idam shariram mama durvibhavyam sattvam hime hridayam yatra dharma prishthe krito me yada dharma arad ato himam rishabham prahurarya. My transcendental body, Sachidananda Vigraha, looks exactly like a human form, but it is not a material human body. It is
You understand here? Looks exactly like a, but it is not a material human body. So, what is the word?
Human.
Supermost human. Correct? It is inconceivable. I am not forced by nature to accept a particular type of body. I take on a body by my own sweet will. Again, there's now he come down by his own desire. Again, the same point. By his own. My heart is also spiritual. You don't need a transplant or bypass. See? And I always think of the welfare of my devotees. Therefore,
Far from my heart.
Far from my heart, I have abandoned irreligion and non-devotional activities. They do not appeal to me. Due to all these transcendental qualities, people generally pray to me as Rishabdev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all living entities. Again, best means superhuman. You understand? Clear?
I mean, Krishna has come in 200 forms. We have to that. So he comes in the human form. But he came, Nara-Nārāyaṇa, she came, twins, both Nara-Nārāyaṇa, that made him have. But I think Krishna form.
We call boar and fish and tortoise.
He came also as Satbhuja, 600 form. So he can take any form. Right? So why he should have 6 form? What 6 arm? He showed that 6 arm form where? Is there? Did you see? You went to Puri. Did you see that 600 form? Did you see? You never went to Puri. Where you went?
Chapati.
Huh?
Chapati.
You went what?
He went to Chapati.
You understand? Just like the elephants, here go only 2 tusks, right? But in the heavenly planet, they got 4, you know. Do you know that? You don't know?
Airavat.
He has got 4 tusks. Huh? 2 trunks? No. 4 tusks. So you see, they have different features. Not that everything here must be what same everywhere. Not necessary. Demigods have 4 hands also. Yeah. You're going to ask him now why. No, but even though he's Nara-Nārāyaṇa, it's not that he's Arjuna is. Of course, it is said that is Arjuna and Krishna, but his personality is separate. You know. You follow?
What they do? What's their job?
Job.
We just described one of his pastimes.
I mean, he's doing austerities.
He
That's
does
all.
austerity in the Himalayas to teach people how to, renounce on this material world. I think we read that in the first, 11, 4, 6, 4, 7, 4, 6, 4. You can see 11, 4, 7 again. So he came to do that, to teach, and he's going to stay until the end of Brahma's day. But even you say you go there, you cannot see him also, as is explained.
He's not different from Krishna. Why Ravi is still like not different from Krishna. Why Kali is in this?
See, this is why Kali, to counter Kali,
I mean, he's doing austerity for.
yes, he is doing, but he also has to let Kali to come in, because Kali's time has come now. And as is Krishna explained in that verse 11:7-5. Krishna is explaining here, you see here. And in fact, Krishna is asking Uddhava to go to Badrikashram. You know, he says here, you see what he says.
My dear Uddhava, you should not remain here on the earth once I have abandoned this world. My dear devotee, you are sinless, but in Kali Yuga the people will be addicted to all types of sinful activities. Therefore, do not stay here.
So in other words, if you go to Badrika Ashram, it is not part of this place here. It's separate, you know. You understand? Next verse.
Now you should completely give up all attachment to your personal friends and relatives and fix your mind on me. Thus, being always conscious of me, you should observe all things with equal vision and wander throughout the earth.
So he's asked him to actually go to Badrika Ashram. That's why when Uddhava was approached by Vidura, you know, to find out more about his pastime, Uddhava said, I've got no time actually. I'm going to just go to Badrika Ashram. So try to understand in that place. That's why, what's his name? Madhvacharya went to see Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is also staying there. So that place is, although here in the material world, but it is still not in contact of the Kali. Actually, Kali Yuga is only in this Bharata Vars. This all the other Varsas that we hear, what is that? Kim Purusa, all these places, there's no Kali Yuga there. All of them stay for 10,000 years. That means for them it is Treta Yuga. Only this earth here is Kali Yuga. Other places all are. There's no Kali there. Yes.
Southernmost state is Nara-Nārāyaṇa. That is that what present word. But Prabhupada will purport this present Bharat. This is Bharat Varsha is this not this Bharat.
No, this
The
Bharat.
entire
This Bharat. This
the
whole
entire
earthly
tract
place here, not only India, you know. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the whole world here, it's all Bharat. That's why they call Mahabharat. But above that shore, there are other Varshas like Kim Purusha. That's where Hanuman
Ramya
stays, you know. Then there's Harivats.
Ramya
I think how many we read? Nine
verses.
verses.
But,
So they all are different. And Parikshit Maharaj went there and conquered that place also. The Pandavas also went. So how did they go? So there is a path, you know, which is not exposed now. Nobody knows. You understand?
But
Very mysterious. You know, they go, how to go to this place and go and fight there. In fact, when the Lord Ram came here, then Hanuman came with all his men there from Kim Purusa.
But later in this chapter, that Bharatavarsha glories, man in Bharatavarsha. That time Prabhupada translated as India.
Yeah, because now it's when, of course, Prabhupada is trying to make us understand now. If he's trying to explain in such a way you don't understand, then what's the use of writing the book? Huh? So Bharatavarsha is reduced to only the tract of land in Actually, that tract of land is very pious because all the rivers and mountain mansion are only in that place. You don't find any river from the, what Amazon is mentioned there. What? Yangtze is mentioned there. No. You understand? That's why, although the whole place will reduce, because of the influence of Kali, but this place, India, it still has the power for the next 10,000 years. After 10,000 years, all the self-manifesting deities, everything will disappear. Just like, give you an example, when the Lord came, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was looking for Radha Kund. Yes. Nobody knows. And he went and he took bath in some paddy field somewhere, that this is Radha Kund. He just rediscovered. But similarly, as the time goes, all will become obscure. The holy name also will not manifest. That bad it will be. But still, even still, you see that almost the end of Kali Yuga, that what's his name? Vishnu Yasa, right? And from him, Kalki will take birth. So how the Lord will maintain one Brahmin? So that means the culture will not be completely eradicated. The Vedic culture cannot be destroyed. So time, as time goes, people will become very fallen. Already that we are seeing. Actually, in the fact that when I travel, I see that all over the world, that nobody is interested in praying to God, except only people in India. In India, people wake up, or they're chanting, they're doing some prayer, something. Kausalya, Suprabha, somewhere something is going on. But you go outside India, Singapore, you wake up with this. You hear something? Morning, somebody is waking up praying, the whole flat is praying. Is it? Is it? No. Understand? See how the place is degraded. Not only here, America also the same. Russia also the same. Everywhere we go, the same. Nobody is praying at all. Out of the question. Except India. Except whole city about, say, like you go to Puri, whole, everybody, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. You go to Vrindavan, Radhe, Radhe. Whole. Do you find that anywhere in the world? Always they use that, what they chant? The four-letter word. That is very common everywhere. Even nowadays, take a phone. What? Hmm? You see how the language, everything has degraded. This is the influence of Kali. Yes? So therefore, that's why the verse will be coming. Later on, we will be reading how those who take birth in Bharatavasa are most fortunate. Of course, Prabhupada tried actually. It's not that he didn't succeed, but he tried and he implemented to some extent the international international ISKCON, and Prabhupada's vehicle, to help everybody. Actually, all Indians who leave India become devotees.
Now in India also they're becoming.
India, yeah. Those times, nobody in India. I remember in 1980, and then nobody, very, very few. But now, of course, there's so many of them. And also, if they travel outside, they chant that they go to our temple and they end up becoming. I think most of you end up becoming devotees here, right? India. Here or India? You became devotee in India or here? Hello?
Here.
What?
Here.
Where? Here. All glories to Singapore.
Not Singapore.
All right.
Last question.
Yeah.
Understand after is after we have make obeisances and Mother Saraswati because she is born. Why Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi here? What is the significance before we get to that? We can pay obviously to any Narayan. Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi.
Take out the verse. What is the verse number?
1 to 4.
Take it out.
Even for Mahabharata it is there. Same verse.
So,
I mean in the purport or?
read the purport.
No, if there is anything here. There's nothing.
Doesn't say. So I guess I have to ask Vyasadeva why he did it.
Even for Mahabharata it is there like this verse.
This is a verse, you know. So this verse is
Many
repeated.
Puranas it is mentioned like this. This verse.
I guess he has a special position. That's why we are chanting his name. I take it like that. First we offer to Narayana and then to Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi, the supermost human being. So his name is with the, you follow? And of course we also Mother Saraswati, but why don't we have Saraswati here? Why?
God is planning to understand the Bhagavatam, understand we are being also. So, Vyasa-
Because Mother Saraswati is Vak, you know, the intelligence. She's representing that. So here I see the breakdown. The Lord, we worship the Lord, yes, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then we worship the supermost human being, Nara-Nārāyaṇa. Then we worship Goddess of Learning. And finally we are paying respect to the. So this is in order, is it?
She's asking what is the relation of Nara-Nārāyaṇa to Bhagavatam. We can understand Narayana, we can understand Saraswati, we can understand Vyasadeva with connection with Bhagavatam. What is the connection of Nara-Nārāyaṇa?
Nara is the
Yes.
recipient of the
Hmm?
Nara is the representing the humans who receive the knowledge.
Also setting the example of human life and the Bhakti
I
Yoga.
think
Uddhava is also there. Uddhava is together with
so many speculations.
Krishna.
I mean, you have to quote somewhere and tell me, you know. I mean, otherwise you just tell me stories out.
At the end of past time, Krishna said, teaching knowledge.
Got a point. In fact, he sent Uddhava there to this knowledge that he was talking with Uddhava. He wanted Uddhava to share with all the devotees there in Nara-Nārāyaṇa.
But Nara-Nārāyaṇa has been there since like before. In fact, Nara-Nārāyaṇa, this verse, the same verse is mentioned for Mahabharata also, for other Puranas also, this verse is there.
In the Bhagavatam, I think who is that got enlightened by the talk of Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi? You know, in the Bhagavatam? That he enlightened, I think it is in what canto? Narada Muni, yeah?
Narayan.
I mean, I think it's in 11, no, that is about a white horse, you know. He spoke in the form of the horse in 11:13. Narada, right? 11:13, he heard from the horse, is it?
Nara-Nārāyaṇa or horse?
11:4:6
He showed 11:4:6.
went all the way until 11:4:16.
11:4:16. No,
he's
that
saying
is
6 to
because
16.
his incarnation, but he spoke to somebody as Nara. I don't remember. Where was that? Who was it? That he spoke? Chitraketu? Chitraketu heard from who? Huh? Sankarshan, yeah, he is Sankarshan. So Nara-Nārāyaṇa spoke to who? I think Narada heard from him. Was it what? Yeah, correct.
Long ago, this essential anthology of all Puranas was spoken by the infallible Lord Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi to Narada, who then repeated it to Krishna, Dvaipayana, Vyasa.
See, this is the verse.
This is
1087 something.
12.4.41.
Or is it 12.4? I think in 1087
Purana.
also.
You see, Purana Samhitam etam Rishir Narayano Vyayah Naradaya Pura Praha Krishna Dvaipayanaya Saha. Long ago, this essential anthology of all the Puranas was spoken by the infallible Lord Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi to Narada, who then repeated it to Krishna Dvaipayana Vedavyasa.
So this is the answer for that question. You understand? So he is the originator who spoke to Narada. And then Vyasadeva, the author, how did he hear from his? That's why all the Puranas, we chant this.
Every Purana has this verse, same verse.
Every Purana.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Because he spoke all the Puranas, he says. 12.4.41.
This lecture in this course that 1 to 4, he's telling this is the way of conference. He's telling Narayana is the spiritual master of Vasudev. So he is starting with the spiritual master. Then he said Parampara system. He is speaking in the lecture 1. That this is the way we should start with that. We should start with spiritual master and then this is
Correct.
This is quite clear here. 12.4.41. Parampara. So that means Nara-Nārāyaṇa is Shikshaguru of Narada.
Yeah, this is the Parampara, this verse. See? Nara-Nārāyaṇa to Narada, Narada to Vyasa. This is already the Parampara.
And the next verse he says, Sukadeva says, my dear Maharaj Parikshit, that great personality, Srila Vyasadeva, taught me the same scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam, is equal in stature to the four
So the
Vedas.
Parampara is going down to Sukadeva. So like that. So why you can say this is because he is the originator, he is non-different. What?
No, Shikshaguru, multiple gurus can be there. Brahma spoke to Narada, Nara-Nārāyaṇa also spoke to Narada.
You mean to say Nara-Nārāyaṇa shouldn't speak? Doesn't make sense, right? They can hear from everybody. Yes? Yeah? Is it not? So here you see he spoke to Narada. See, you can see in the Bhagavatam sometimes, like for example in 11.13, Hayasitsa, what's his name? You can go. Is the horse incarnation, Hamsa. Hayagriva, huh? So you see here in this verse, he's speaking to Narada also. Huh?
Where? Which verse?
You go to 11.13 now. I think 11.13 what? You go down to, you can go, you have an index here?
Yeah. 11.13 now.
They were inquiring the Hamsa avatar, I think. That's Hamsa avatar. Huh? 11 what? 11.4.17.
But is it mentioned Narada anything?
No, you see not that. I don't see.
Yeah, I found the commentary of Krishna Chakri Thakur on that. Giving some explanation.
What is that?
The translation don't look so nice, but you can see.
But in 11.13, you can see that, is asking the same question, no? 11.13.5?
13.19.
Huh? 11.13.19. समाम अचिंत यद्देव प्रश्न पारत तीर्षया तस्याहं हंस रूपेण सकाशम अगमं तदा. Hamsa.
Hansa avatar.
Asking him the 15. So he's answering 9.
Huh?
He's asking him what's 15.
19, no?
I
See,
agree with that.
19, he came to speak to Brahma. Angsa avatar. Isn't that? 11, 13, 19. See? So, then you say, how you can speak? I thought Krishna spoke to Brahma. Right? So they are, we are talking about a vast time frame. So they all come periodically to help explain issues. You follow? So similarly, Narada heard it from Nara-Nārāyaṇa. So we cannot pinpoint and say only one frame of time. It is all right. Is that clear? Okay. Thank you very much. Rantarajman Bhagavatam ki. Huh?
Oh.
Later you can see the
Which one in this?
no the Krishna Gospel commentary. There on that verse
This was
1 to 4.
1 to 4.
Yeah. But I don't know, I think the person didn't translate it.
I don't think he saw that. There was no Vishwanath Chakravarti.
There's a website which has commentaries on the verses. But not all the verses and then only one verse can do it.
Where is this place?
This is having us. This is what Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur's purport is of this verse. Having offered respects to Guru, Suta offers respect to Devata, presiding deity, etc. Nara-Nārāyaṇa are designated as the presiding deities of this work since they have authority over the place. Actually, it's because that 441 actually answers that. Because he spoke everything to Narada, all the Puranas, entire.
Every person is presenting deity. And what this person is Nara-Nārāyaṇa. Last time we were showing this big structure of the thing where all the demigods represent the top of the mountain. So everybody has a presiding deity, every person is a presiding deity. And this person not the person.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for Bharata version, Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi. Yeah, actually, yes. So, that's actually today's verse. You see, 5:19:9. Because every Varsha got a presiding deity, right? Then the particular personality, Prahlad, Narasimha, like this. So, in the Bharata Varsha, Bharate Varshe Bhagavan Nara-Nārāyaṇakhya, then is it by Narada? So, Nara-Nārāyaṇa is the presiding deity of Bharata Varsha. And see, Tam Bhagavan Narado Varnashramadvathibhir. So, in his own book known as Narada Pancharatra, Bhagavan Narada has very vividly described how to work to achieve the ultimate goal of life, devotion through knowledge and through execution of mystic yoga system. He also described the glories of the Lord. The great sage Narada instructed the tenets of this transcendental literature to Savarni Manu in order to teach those inhabitants of Bharatavarsha who strictly follow the principles of Varnashram Dharma how to achieve the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, Narada Muni, along with the other inhabitants of Bharatavarsha, always engages in the service of Nara-Nārāyaṇa, as he chants as follows. So, Narada actually
Got the point, because just like in Kim Purusa Varsa, the leader is Hanuman and he's worshipping Ram, right?
Yeah.
So in earthly planet here, the presiding deity is Nara-Nārāyaṇa. And Narada, being the principal devotee, is worshipping him. You understand this point? It's just made it clear.
In our verse, Shiva is like Narad here, Shiva is worshipping Sankarasana.
Yeah, all the verses have got some predominant deity, and our earthly Bharata versa, the predominant deity is Nara-Nārāyaṇa. So therefore, respect is given to him. You follow? Like in some place, Lakshmi is worshipping what? Who?
Ramadev.
Kamadeva.
Yeah.
Ramya was also
Uh,
Ramya was the 3 was
Rishikesha.
Ramya was we had that
Ramya Kavarsh.
who is worshipping there?
Vishwamanu was the
Vaivasvata Manu. Vaivasvata Manu worshipping who?
Matsya Avatar.
Matsya. Yes.
So you see, along now we are reading this earth so that we are to glorify him because he is the presiding deity of the earth planet. And if you don't do that, that's an offense. You follow? You understand that? But if you worship Krishna, everything is included. You know the verse 5, 15, 13.
That is all the demigods and all the inhabitants. I mean,
Yeah,
all.
so when you worship Krishna, everything is included, you know. That's why we chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Everything is what? There's no need some separate and all that. But when we chant the Bhagavatam, then Sukadev is glorifying the parampara, no? Narayana, and then Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi, and then who? Like Mother Saraswati, and then Vyasadeva, his father, then he starts. So that's the proper etiquette. You know. Just like we, before we start anything, we pay respect to our spiritual master. And then the next prayer is, what? Namaste Saraswati Deve. So we are all in the what? That what is that? Bhakti Siddhanta's, you know, lineage. You follow? Huh? That's why we are not impersonalists, you know. We don't just Guru Brahma, Guru Shiva, Guru what? What they chant is mantra?
But that is also actually from the Vedas.
Huh?
That is also from the Vedas.
And then no Guru. They say, Prabhupada, Tomave Mam, what? Mata? Tomave Pita. Then who is the Mata Pita? Then nobody. It's impersonal, you know. You understand? Is it clear? Next time we'll ask this question again. Why you are saying all these names? I think that verse is very important. 12 what?
12:4:41.
12:4:41. Have to remember that. Okay, thank you very much. All glories to all of you.
Wow.
Glories to Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
I
प्रभुपाद
think
की
he came
जय।
for Janma.